Nelson Mandela, the man who turned prison into freedom, 1918 to 2013. There are people who fight with weapons. And there are those who fight with their spirit. Nelson Mandela was one of the latter. A man who spent 27 years behind bars, yet emerged with a smile strong enough to heal a nation. He was born in 1918, in a small South African village called Mvezo. His father was a tribal chief, and from him, young Mandela learned the meaning of dignity, not power, but respect. He studied law in Johannesburg, where he saw firsthand the cruelty of apartheid, a system that divided people by skin color, that called injustice law. Mandela refused to bow. He became the voice of the voiceless, the lawyer of the oppressed. He joined the African National Congress, ANC, demanding equality, demanding freedom. His words were peaceful, his heart fiery. But the government feared both. In 1962, he was arrested and sentenced to life imprisonment for treason. He was 44 years old. They sent him to Robben Island, a small, wind-beaten rock off the coast. His cell was no larger than a bathroom. He crushed limestone under the burning sun every day. His eyesight dimmed from the glare. But his mind never broke. Other prisoners called him Mandela, a name of honor. He taught them discipline, kindness, and forgiveness. He wrote secretly, read constantly, and dreamed endlessly. I learned that courage is not the absence of fear, he said, but the triumph over it. When guards mocked him, he smiled. When they punished him, he thanked them. He believed even they could change. In 1990, after 27 years, the unthinkable happened. Nelson Mandela walked free. He raised his fist, not in anger, but in triumph. A man who entered prison as a revolutionary walked out as a peacemaker. Instead of revenge, he called for reconciliation. He invited his jailers to dinner. He forgave the system that had stolen nearly 3 decades of his life. If I didn't leave my bitterness behind, he said, I would still be in prison. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic election. Black and white citizens voted side by side. And Nelson Mandela, once a prisoner, became the nation's first black president. He didn't seek power, he sought healing. He wore the jersey of the mostly white rugby team to unite his divided country. He created the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, allowing victims and perpetrators to face each other, not with hate, but with honesty. In 1993, Mandela received the Nobel Peace Prize, shared with F.W. de Klerk, for leading South Africa from apartheid to democracy. But for him, the true prize was not the medal. It was seeing children of all colors walking together to school. He served 1 term, then stepped down voluntarily, a rare act of humility among leaders. He returned to his village, where he once again became just Mandela, the old man who smiled at the sunrise. Nelson Mandela passed away in 2013, at 95 years old. The world wept, but South Africa sang. His face appeared on murals, his words echoed in classrooms, his story became a symbol. Proof that forgiveness is stronger than chains. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, he said. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. Nelson Mandela turned prison into purpose, pain into peace, and hatred into hope. He didn't just free a country. He freed the human heart.